I'm gonna take this little bit off so it's not... Hello, my name is Heather. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in. If you would consider liking and subscribing, that would be great. If you're an old friend, welcome. I'm really glad to see you here. So this video is my top 5 coffee scents in my collection, with one honorable mention. If I could never consume any other thing, and I had to pick one thing in my life that I would consume, it would be coffee. I love coffee. Also, I'm a lifelong insomniac, so yeah, I love coffee. Coffee has gotten me through many a long day. So this is the one honorable mention I have in terms of coffee scents. This is Vanilla Cafe. This is by Bath & Body Works. This is a really great body mist from Bath & Body Works. The notes on this specifically are smooth espresso, whipped vanilla, toasted hazelnut. What this ended up being to my nose is this is a fairly good dupe of Amore Caffé by Mancera. It's a really long-lasting body mist. Like, for a body mist, I get like 6 hours out of this. It's pretty phenomenal for a body mist and for what it is. So if you're looking for that particular scent profile without the prices, Vanilla Cafe is a pretty great option currently at Bath & Body Works. My honorable mention is Vanilla Cafe by Bath & Body Works. The number 5 coffee scent in my collection. This is Intense Cafe by Montale. I'm taking the little dangly bit off so it's not making noise the whole video. This is a really beautiful, like, very candied rose, very vanilla, very sweet. Intense is a good name for it. It's quite intense. And the reason why it is in my number 5 spot, while it is a scent I do really enjoy, and Cafe is in the name. I remember getting a sample of this when I first started my perfume journey because I was looking for coffee scents. I could not smell the coffee in this. Even now, I don't smell the coffee in this. The only circumstance in which I pick up the coffee note in Intense Cafe is in the dead of winter when it is extremely cold. I find that for me, temperature really does affect how I smell a fragrance. And I can only pick up the coffee in this when it is like minus 30 degrees. When it is extremely cold, that is when I can smell the coffee in Intense Cafe. And it's still a beautiful scent when you can perceive that coffee note. It's still a beautiful scent when you can't smell the coffee note. I can't smell it until it's really cold. It's still a really beautiful scent either way, but that is why it's in my number 5 spot, just because I can't always smell the coffee in this. But still really lovely and still popular for a reason. Intense Cafe by Montale. The number 4 coffee scent in my collection. This is Imaginary Authors. This is blend number 83. Anyways, here are the notes. Here, the notes are listed on the back, which is very convenient. Also, this was a limited edition scent collaboration between Absolute Vodka, Kahlua, and Imaginary Authors. So I think this is discontinued, but you might be able to still find this in fragrance groups and whatever, people selling this. That's where I got mine. I got a partial bottle. This is an espresso martini scent. So it's very dark. This is maybe the deepest, darkest scent I own. That's how I would describe it. It is still sweet, but it's verging on bitter. I could see how this could lean bitter on some people. I do get a hint of sweetness still. It's not super sweet. I only wear this in the winter. I feel like that's the only time I can pull it off, but it's a really beautiful scent. And I remember when I got a sample of this when it came out, and I hemmed and hawed, and then I didn't buy it, and then it went off sale because it's a limited edition. Thankfully, I was able to get a partial off somebody. I'm really excited to be wearing this in the winter, but this is my number 4 spot. Blend number 83 by Imaginary Authors. The number 3 spot on my coffee scents. This is Coffee Addict by Theodoros Kalotinis. This is almost like the most pure coffee scent. If you imagine a coffee scent, it's probably pretty close to what this is. This coffee scent is like a very sweet, kind of cheap coffee in a way. This is an affordable fragrance, but what I mean by the cheap coffee is Tim Hortons or McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts, I guess. This is the very sweet smell in those places, and the coffee scent in those places, where it's like maybe not like the like most like fancy Kenyan blend, blah 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 coffee. Like, it's not that. It's your everyday coffee. It's very, very strong, very, very sweet. This scent will last 24 hours on you if you want it to. This scent is very, very strong and has gotten stronger the longer it's sat. It lasts forever. It really, until you wash it off, it will be there. And I really love it. I don't mind smelling like I spilled coffee on myself, and this is kind of what this gives a little bit. So if you're not into that, maybe it's not for you, but I really love this a lot. This is Coffee Addict by Theodoros Kalotinis. The number 2 slot, this is Amore Caffé by Mancera. This is the smaller bottle. This scent, the note, I believe specifically is affogato. An affogato is coffee poured over ice cream, vanilla ice cream. So it's like very like a creamy, ice creamy kind of vibe. Also very sweet coffee. As I mentioned, a good cheaper dupe of this is Vanilla Cafe by Bath & Body Works, but I have the original here. So this is very, very sweet, almost like, in a way, the vanilla ice cream quality sort of gives it like coffee, but fluffier. This smells like more fluffy and airy and light than Coffee Addict does say necessarily. Still really, really beautiful. Another comparison that my husband has made that I can kind of see where he's getting it from, and this is not coffee related at all, is that to him, this smells a little bit like Lucky Charms, like the cereal. It's got this like marshmallowy, vanillic quality to it. I pick up the coffee more so than my husband does. This is a beautiful scent. I highly recommend getting your nose on it. This is the number 2 slot. This is Amore Cafe by Mancera. The number 1 slot for coffee scents in my collection. And this was a no-brainer because this is one of my absolute favorite scents. This is Vietnamese Coffee by Danam. This is supposed to smell like Vietnamese coffee. I unfortunately don't have a lot of experience with Vietnamese coffee, but what I can tell you as a Canadian is that this smells almost exactly bang on to a Timmy's ice cap. It smells like a Tim Hortons ice cap. It's got like the sweet condensed milk scent mixed in with the coffee, and it's absolutely beautiful. Oh, God, I love this scent. Yeah, the best description I have of this is this smells exactly like a Tim Hortons ice cap to me. This is also, I should say, the older bottle styles, because I know they're kind of shaped like eggs now, I think. This is like an older bottle. Absolutely stunning, stunning fragrance. Very like condensed milk forward. Condensed milk and coffee. A very, very sweet drink. Absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. Smells cold in a way too. That might be because to me it smells like an ice cap, so I imagine that this smells kind of like a cold coffee to me, as opposed to like Coffee Addict, where I would say that that is like a hot coffee. This smells like a cold coffee. This smells like Frappuccino, Tim Hortons, ice cap, that kind of a coffee. I really love this a lot. So that is Vietnamese Coffee by Danam. And that's it. That is my top 5 coffee scents in my collection. Do you like coffee fragrances? Is there one you would recommend? What is your favorite? I would love to hear about it. I would also love to know your coffee order. Okay, I'm walking up to the thing at Starbucks. My coffee order is venti iced coffee with caramel instead of classic syrup and 2% milk. That is what I typically order from Starbucks. That is my order. Very, very large coffee. I also usually drink it cold. I'd love to know your coffee order. I'd love to know if you have any coffee scents you would recommend to me. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much, friends. I will see you around.